Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
He called me Mr. Punk.
That's not nice. Harry, that's not nice when you say that.
That's right. It's not nice to make fun of people, right?
Yeah, that's not nice to make fun of people. And that's not nice to make fun of other kids.
Or daddies.
Or daddies. Or mommies.
Yeah.
Or brothers.
Or brothers. Say it.
And
Daddy's gonna win.
Sisters.
Or sisters. Say, Daddy's gonna win.
Daddy's going to win.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Okay. What's up, everybody? You watching Aqua Funk with me, Jay, the Angel Freak. So, as some of y'all probably know, Mr. Riley is over there in beautiful Jamaica, just about me, which he called me Mr. Punk, y'all. Cause you, okay, no problem. I can handle it. I've been called worse. So, let's get started. My main reasons for being pro bare bottom is this: water quality. Okay, with the bare bottom, very little chance of a buildup of detritus. I'm hoping that you guys out there, if you're new to the hobby, you've learned about detritus and the importance of getting rid of that stuff, and that you've learned the importance of water quality. Well, with a bare bottom, there's no hiding. It's in your face. It's not like you can, it's not an out of sight, out of mind type of deal. Personally, I cannot sleep looking at that or knowing it's there. So, you can see all the funk build up. And most of us will clean it up. Unless, you know, you live in, you know, you're just lazy, or you just don't feel like it, then it'll build up. But if that's the case where you're letting it build up, even with a bare bottom, a glass bottom, then you might not want to have an aquarium. So, water quality and maintenance, man, I'm telling you. Feeding the fish. With a bare bottom aquarium, the food cannot get lodged inside of rocks. Now, I know a lot of you guys say, oh, well, I do my gravel vacs. I'm going to be honest with you, when gravel vacs are a pain, and a lot of the times when people say, I do it all the time, I take it with a grain of salt, because I remember, I mean, I have an aquarium with gravel, and I don't do it as much as I should. So when people say, I do it all the time, I kind of wonder about that. So the food is immediately out. It's out in the open. So any food that falls down to the bottom, the fish can see it and finish grabbing it. Okay? Now after the fish are done eating, and there is more food at the bottom, well then you know how much you have to cut back on feeding. Adding to your water quality. Alright? Circulation. Without debris on the, without anything on the bottom to stop circulation. Like for instance, you can see here. Well, I have my water from my canister coming from here, and it pushes all the debris to my intake right there. So even if I don't get to it, okay, because it's a 90 gallon, sometimes it's a pain, and that's one of the reasons why I set it up like this. It's a pain to clean a 90 gallon, getting in there, armpit wet, shirt, you can't pull your sleeve up, but so far, I don't have to deal with that. The filtration gets it, and whatever the circulation, the water circulation don't get, I got bottom feeders down there that just always constantly moving around, pushing that stuff up, getting it into the water column, and getting it out of my tank. So that when I do a canister, my filter change, I get all of that out. Easy to clean. even have to get into that, do I? This is easy to clean. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. All I ever do with this aquarium is water changes. I got me a little floaty magnet thing. Every once in a while, skitch it. But I don't even have to do that much because I got snails and bristlenose in here. And I really, this is the most easiest aquarium I've ever had in my life. I don't scrub anything because of the way I have it set up happens to be just right. I'm not saying I didn't, you know, it wasn't trial and error to get to this point, but I got it there, and I don't do nothing except take water out, put water in. Water quality. That's what I'm talking about. Next, safety. I've heard of goldfish. For some reason, goldfish seem to swallow pebbles. I don't know what it is about goldfish swallowing pebbles, but they seem to swallow pebbles. In fact, there's a story about this woman in Australia that paid $400 vet bill to get a pebble out of a goldfish. I don't know what kind of goldfish she had, but and I'm a fish lover, but $400, fish might have to go. You know what I mean? I'm just $400 for a pebble. So, and I do know from personal experience, not my tank, a friend of my tank, he had Oscars. I don't know if you've ever seen Oscars. People with those turtle rocks, they're like this big. His Oscar used to pick them up and throw them and play with them. He cracked the glass. Now, the tank did not bust on him, but it did get a small line in it where we had to get rid of the tank because it was something that we were scared about. It was his tank, but he asked my opinion, and I told him to get a new tank. So, and another thing, when we're talking about safety, I've also heard, and I'm not a plant guy, but I've heard that some substrates, if you don't constantly gravel vac them jokers, that they get a buildup of gases that eventually will like bust through the rocks and release poison into the water. I'm not a plant guy, I'm not a substrate guy, so I don't know the truth about that, but I definitely can see the science behind it. And lastly, listen, when you pick out your gravel, unless you're doing a biotope, you pick out your gravel, you're looking at, or your substrate, or anything like that, you're looking at the color of it, the consistency of it, the amount of it, where you want to build it up. See, when you start doing all that, now that's more of a personal reason why you want gravel, is because how you want it to look. Which I'm okay with 100%. This is your tank. Do what you like. But we're talking about aesthetics for the majority of people that have gravel, in my opinion. Now, there are plant people out there, which I don't, and there are people out there that have fish where they need sand so that their Africans could go ahead and lay or whatever if they're doing it for. So I get that, but functional reasons aside, the majority of people who have aquariums have gravel for aesthetics, which dip into the category of art to me. Alright? You know what I'm talking about? Like, this is a living art in your home. It's a decoration for some people. So, like an artist, the gravel is just one type of medium that they use to express their view or their vision of that scene. Artists will use different paints, different brushes, different canvases. Aquarium owners use different rocks, different plants, different backgrounds, different fish to get that look that they're trying to get for their home, the aesthetics. But like in art, there's also different types of art. There's traditional art. You see a meadow, you paint a meadow. You see a hill, you paint a hill. You see a flower, you paint a flower. But there are also types of artists that are called abstract artists or modern art, which they see a field, they see a field, and in their art they portray it as a void. They see a hill with trees on it, they might see that. Ultimately, I believe aquariums, and if you watch a lot of people's YouTube, you'll come to the same conclusion. Aquariums are almost a direct representation of the owner. So, this wide open space highlighting a central oasis type of deal, that's kind of me. You know what I mean? That fits my lifestyle. Some of you guys like heavily planted tanks, and your home will somewhat replicate that look in your tank. It's in the eye of the beholder. Whether you have substrate or you have glass bottoms, as long as your fish are being taken care of to the best of your ability, and that's what we're getting at. What you have time for, you know, if you have time to do an entire gravel vac and aquascape and doing all that stuff to take care of your fish properly, then most definitely do that. But if you're on the go, busy, but you still want to take care of your fish properly, you got to make your aquarium fit your habits and your lifestyle. So, in 2018, I don't know who ain't busy. So I'm saying glass bottom's the way to go. It is for me, and it is for a lot of you guys out there. You got stuff to do. And like most things, the easier it is, the more you'll do it. So glass bottoms. Easy peasy Japanesey. You know what I mean? Get it done and go. Enjoy your fish. You have more time to enjoy it. It's not a chore. It's an enjoyment. So, Mr. Irie Riley, what you got to say about that?